Bitcoin is looking super duper weak on those shorter time frames right now, but the longer we hold the levels that we're currently at right now, the stronger we actually look on the macro charts. So let's dive into the video to talk about what I mean and what kind of price action we should expect over the next couple of weeks. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jess, and as the channel name suggests, it's all about crypto, trading, and technical analysis. If you're all about that or you'd love to learn, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Bitcoin has been consolidating sideways in this channel for about 7 days now. So over the last week, we really haven't been able to break above this level of resistance at $52.5 thousand or fall below 51k at that level of support. Now, the main reason why I say that this chart looks weak is mostly due to this here, this RSI. So while we've been in this parallel channel, we have been losing strength and momentum. And now normally that wouldn't really be a point of concern, right? Because usually when you see this kind of price structure, it just means that at these points here where we're getting those tests to the downside of this range, we're absorbing the bearish momentum. We're unable to break through the level of support. So we're still holding that consistent horizontal level. And so at some point on this RSI, we will reach a point where the downtrend exhausts and we get a flip of momentum to the upside and continue in a new trend. And that trend is generally an uptrend. And at that point on the price structure, what we generally see is, a retest of this level at that exhaustion point and then a break above. Now, the main problem with this chart and the reason why I think this looks weak this time is because of this uptrend here. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we are in an uptrend. So from this break at $48,000, we have been developing this uptrend with about 3 points of consolidation. So 1, 2, this one is a point of consolidation. We did deviate below, but we did close above the uptrend. We have 3 days left. So at the end of today and then 2 more days before this uptrend converges on our major level of resistance between $52.5 and $53,000. So you might say, okay, well, while we're in the uptrend, there's really no reason to say that we're going to break the uptrend, and we should essentially have exactly what I described at that 3-day point, flip back upwards and go above on this uptrend, just the way that trend lines usually work. However, the nuance with this chart is that we've created this resistance at the top of this parallel channel, not at $53,000, but at $52,000. So if we have that scenario where at that 3 days here on this conversion point, sorry, that's a very crooked line. Yeah. At that 3-day point, when this trend line meets that level of resistance, if we do get that eventual exhaustion of the RSI and we flip above, there is a very strong chance that we simply break above this $52.5 thousand level, touch 53, and then just fall right back down below to the base of support here at $51,000. And then that would be it. We've lost this short time frame chance of a breakout within this consolidation pattern. So we'd have to reconsolidate again, go through all of that again, and then just hope that we eventually break above $53,000. Now, the reason why I have a strong suspicion that that is what's going to happen if we do have this breakout of $52.5 thousand is because if we take a look at this chart here, we've only tested $53,000 once. Within this entire channel, we've only ever tested 53, that upper range of support, once. And as we know, the more we test a level of resistance, the more likely we are to break above it, right? Every time we test that level, we absorb a little bit of that sell wall, and eventually, as we chip away, we eventually break above. But if we have a look, we've only done that once. And if you have a look at a shorter time frame, say the 1-hour chart, we can see just how strong that rejection was. Immediately from that $53,000 touch, we formed an engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle, and broke all the way down to the base of support at $51,000. So there is a very strong likelihood that within this 3-day period, we're not going to gain that strength enough to break above that $53,000 level. There's also the, notion that when we break this RSI downtrend, it's not guaranteed that we form enough strength to actually have a strong uptrend. We might just have a breakout of this downtrend and then form some sideways consolidation, right? There's really no guarantee that we're going to form a strong enough uptrend to take us above such a strong level of resistance at $53,000. Because as we know, after $53,000, after we've broken above that level of resistance, The next one is all the way up between $58,000 and $60,000. So it's the barrier between a really big move for Bitcoin. It's about a either 9% to 58 or 14% move to that next level resistance. So it would be a very, very big move for Bitcoin. And so naturally, these things are going to take time and very strong likelihood that this is not the time for it. We are potentially going to reject from 53. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be breaking above this $53,000 level of resistance just yet. But let's zoom out onto a macro chart to have a look at when we might actually get that breakout. Hey guys, I'm just really quickly interrupting this video to tell you that my VIP channel has officially launched. VIP is a Telegram-based channel that gives you exclusive access to my personal trades, at least 3 of them a week, with exact entry points, stop losses and targets, detailed trade justifications and risk returns, and a complimentary risk management and trading journal. In the last 3 months, I took 70 trades in total with a win rate of 74% and a profit to loss ratio of 6.8 to 1. You can find all the results of my last 3 months of trading on my website justdoescrypto.com, including profits and losses, and contact me down below using the link in my description or by pressing this button on my website. Thanks guys, let's get back to the video. So let's just quickly delete that short time frame uptrend and go onto a daily chart. So on a daily chart, we can see that we are in a macro uptrend. We've deviated a fair bit above it, but while we're in that uptrend, everything is still looking macro bullish. So this uptrend, we have a converging level of support at $48,000 and $50,000, and then it converges with that $53,000 level of resistance on the 14th of March. So very worst case scenario, if we go as slow as possible within this uptrend and we fall, let's get a brush right below to that $48,000 level support and slowly push upwards, we break above $53,000 at the 14th of March, right? So that's really not that long, guys. It's only like 3 weeks away. And then obviously we have, you know, those other scenarios where we might not lose $50,000 and we break above it even sooner. The latest we do is 14th of March. We also know that if we zoom out a little bit onto a monthly chart, we are only 8 days away from a monthly candle close above $48,000. And so for those of you who don't know, a monthly candle close above this really important level of resistance essentially guarantees that from there, we are only going to go up and towards that all-time high. So realistically, we've got all the cards on the macro scale in the right place. Everything's looking really, really good. It just means that on the shorter time frames, within this next couple of days, this week, I think, we're not going to see that break, but within the next 3 weeks, we're definitely going to see that push above $53,000. The only thing that would suggest to me that we're not going to see that $53,000 breakthrough on the 14th of March is if we get something drastic over the next week. So we have 8 days before, or 8 to 9 days before that monthly candle close. Within that 9-day period, if we break below this level of support at $48,000 where this uptrend converges, and we fall below, even if we fall below to 46, potentially lower, we know that, okay, we've gotten a macro rejection from that 48K level. This was just a deviation on terms of the monthly chart. And then we know that, okay, $53,000 isn't in the cards just yet. And we have to see that break of $48,000 on a monthly scale first. But as we know, support is support until it is not. And an uptrend is going to stay an uptrend until, you know, we eventually break it. And we're still in the uptrend. We're still above support. So there's really no reason to assume that that is what's going to happen. Everything is showing us right now that things are looking bullish and we're going to see that breakthrough, just not quite yet. Alright guys, that is everything from me today. If you enjoyed today's analysis, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more of my content, I do have a free Telegram channel where you can sign up for daily Bitcoin updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're a trader and you want 15% off your trading fees, sign up down below to BitGet and BingX. They are 2 of the world's top 10 exchanges, and BitGet is available to everyone outside of the US and Singapore, and BingX is available non-KYC and worldwide. That is everything from me, so I hope you have a great week and I will see you next time. Bye!